Now, a big story to come out of today's press conference was the fact that Anthony Minichiello, one of the champion New South Wales fullbacks for the Blues, has called out the Blues to go all out on Reece Walsh, the rookie debutant, the Queensland fullback, 20-year-old, has only played just under 50 first-grade games. Minichiello has called on the Blues to bomb and attack and bash Reece Walsh at all costs. He says, Minichiello, that he's an all-or-nothing player, and it has really set the scene for what should be an explosive match. So too, I thought it was interesting, guys. Tavita Pangai Jr. Brad Fittler has declared he will start the match. And again, that sets the scene for some fiery opening exchanges for the debutant for the Blues. And interesting too, Braith, Nicho Hynes. Brad Fittler, again, more than happy to share this. He will come on and play a dummy half role. That will be the role for Nicho Hynes in his debut for the Blues. So the stage is set, boys, as I said. There's nothing more that can be done. Let's get it on.
Good on you, Dave. Great inside information into the Blues camp there to finish off with Nicho Hynes. Enjoy the footy down there in Adelaide tomorrow night.
Will do.
There he is. Big news coming out of that. Well, is it big? Reece Walsh. This, to me, was obvious that this was going to happen, but New South Wales legend, ex-fullback, Anthony Minichiello has said, attack him at all costs. And here is the article that Dave Riccio has written. Let's take Walsh's confidence away and really bash him in the kick chase. Now, I expected this, but it does put an emphasis on it. And they spoke about it throughout the press conference as well, that he's a rookie. Yep. He's 20 years of age. It's his first Origin. He's not the biggest player on the field. He's going to be targeted.
Absolutely he's going to be targeted, but he's a tough kid. There's one thing that he is. He's a really tough, resilient kid. He'll get through it. There's no doubt. And I like it. Do you know what? I actually love, because you're thinking, of course they're going to test anybody that's playing their first Origin, and everybody does get tested, but now he knows.
Well, it's all designed to put pressure on him, of course,
yeah,
but I don't think it will come as any great shock to Billy Slater, because in recent weeks we've seen the Raiders go out and try and really get stuck into Reece Walsh. We've seen Walsh come up with a couple of real clangers like this, like 2 or 3, 4 drop bombs in recent weeks, and of course they're going to go out and go after him, but Billy knows fullbacks better than any of us, and he's seen something in Reece Walsh that makes him confident he will be ready for Origin.
I think Billy knows a little bit about getting targeted too. I'm pretty sure New South Wales tried to get him a few times.
And Billy got targeted early on in his career.
Absolutely.
And at times he come up with those clangers like Walsh, but then they disappeared and he was brilliant, one of the best ever. But hopefully for New South Wales, they're hoping they can get him early.
I mean, he's made 21 errors, I think it is, this year, Reece Walsh. But the great fullbacks have got an ability to just wipe that away. They make a blue, don't they? And they move on because they've got such confidence and faith in themselves. He strikes me as the sort of kid who doesn't let mistakes get him down. He doesn't carry his divots, right? He seems to move on quickly beyond that. So, look, he'll make a couple of mistakes because he's got them in his game. Just
he
like
attacks the ball so fast. So, like, watching him live, when the ball's bouncing around, everybody else in the game waits for it to come to him. He goes, it's a bit Billy Slater-like. The way he attacks the footy. So there's going to be mistakes.
It is a big thing, though, from New South Wales' perspective, because not many people have got a better kicking game than Nathan Cleary. And some of those bombs, like you said, they will cause mistakes. And if that inevitably leads to a try or something like that, how Walsh responds will be the making of Queensland.
Crawls, don't tackle him in the air. He can leap, the boy.
He's a gun. He's brilliant. He could dominate tomorrow night and he could dominate for the next 10 years. But I also know that with the pressure of Origin, in the cauldron, 3.1 million people watching you make a mistake early, it gets tough out there. So let's see how he responds. Billy Slater gave his final thoughts ahead of tomorrow's game and snapped back when questioned whether Reece Walsh was ready to play Origin.
Billy, was Reece Walsh ready for Origin?
Have you seen Reece Walsh play?
It's a big step up though, Billy.
Well, he was picked 2 years ago to play for Queensland, and he is a much better player right now. When you play that position, you watch things outside of what's front and centre of that position. He's got so much brilliance in his game and so much talent, involvement, his speed, but he's building a great foundation of that position, and that's the core of what keeps you in good stead under pressure. So I've loved working with him throughout the week. He's a great young man. He's very enthusiastic about his footy. He really enjoys his footy and he wants to become the best player that he can possibly be. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play out there in a maroon jersey.
Billy Slater there, Maroons coach, had his game face on and backed his player, as all great coaches do, and has extreme confidence in him and thinks he's going to be successful tomorrow night, as you would expect. Again.
Yeah, I think Billy sees a bit of himself in Reece, and don't let the pretty face fool you. Like I promise you, he's a real tough kid. So I'm looking forward to what New South Wales are going to throw at him, because I reckon he's up to it. Absolutely.
You're right, though. The great
and
coach.
plus he's got teammates there. You know, the ones that run in and help.
Yeah.
So we got we got maroon jerseys that can go back there and help.
But the great coaches always take a bit personally when you attack their players. You know, Reece Walsh has been attacked. Selwyn Cobbo's been attacked. Selwyn Droppo famously last year.
Who wrote that article?
Somebody wrote it. Billy took that. Billy wasn't happy about that last year. Might have had my name on it. It wasn't the only bloke. Had a couple of names on it, to be fair. But Billy takes that stuff really personally, and that's what the great coaches do, as you said. So, you know, when he sees people question whether Reece Walsh can handle Origin, he's going to fire back
you
like
and Billy
that.
are okay?
We're okay. We moved on.
Sure?
Yeah.
No. You're worried about that.
He got banned for the series.
Yeah. it is a big game. We can all sit here and we think he's going to do a great job, and I do. I mean, he's had a great year, but you know, I've been on the other end of it as a new player. You can get swallowed up very quickly in Origin because it is a different level. It's a different game. And Brad Fittler actually mentioned in the press conference he's never experienced it, and until you do. Yeah, and the great Origin players stand up. It can go past you, can't it? It's fast, it's furious, isn't it, Gordy?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Origin, I just remember my first Origin, I chased the ball. Like I thought I wanted to be around the ball and I never got it because you kept on chasing. So the experience, but having someone like Billy there, that's the bonus. I think the greatest ever fullback is helping this kid in the position that he dominated
He would certainly help him deal with the mental pressure of the preparation, of dealing with the fact that he will be targeted. He will be under more pressure and more of the spotlight than most players on the field.
Everybody's under pressure.
There is, but he's the one catching the bombs. He's the one with 8 or 9 players charging down on him, trying to kill him. That's what his job is.
A couple of weeks ago, they pulled a try for him where he jumped in the air, he looked at the player, turned around and had enough time to, and they said he jumped too early. How can you get a penalty for jumping too early? If he's still up in the air and he catches the ball, you can't be jumping too early. He's an athlete. He will handle it.
Everyone's under pressure, but I think the difference is they've actually identified him, and they've identified him today.